In this problem, we want to use the given conditions to write an equation for the line in point-slope form and slope-intercept form. And it's passing through the following points: -5, -1, and 5, 15. Okay, so there's three things that we're going to have to do in this particular problem. The first is to find the slope. The second is to find the point-slope form. And the third is to find the slope-intercept form. So let's identify the given points as x1 and y1. And we have x2 and then y2. So let's first find out what is the slope. Now again, the formula for the slope is the following. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, y2 is 15, and we're subtracting y1, which is -1. x2 is 5, and we're subtracting x1, which is -5. Well, this becomes a plus, so 15 plus 1 is going to give us 16. And this becomes plus, so 5 plus 5 is going to give us 10. And then we can divide both by 2, which will give us 8 over 5 as our slope. So now we know that in our problem, m is equal to 5. Now we want to put this in point-slope form. So for step number 2, okay, we need to know that the value of x1 is -5, and the value of y1 is -1. And we also know that the slope is equal to 8 over 5. Now let's write out this point-slope form that we have up here. We have y minus y1, which is equal to the slope m times x minus x1. Now we're going to substitute our values for y1 and x1 and m. So it's going to be y minus, well, y1 is -1. The slope m is equal to 8 over 5 times x minus x1, which is -5, so we're putting that in parentheses. Now we're not done yet with point-slope form because we need to simplify these signs. So then we end up getting y plus 1, which is equal to 8 over 5 times x plus 5. So this is considered point-slope form. Let's go ahead and put this into our result to make sure we have it correct. So we have y plus 1, which is equal to the slope 8 over 5, parentheses, x, and that's plus 5. And again, this is the point-slope form. Now we want to write this in slope-intercept form. So for step number 3, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to rewrite the point-slope form that we have from step 2. Okay, so what we want to do is we still have y plus 1, and now we want to distribute the 8/5 to both of these terms. So 8/5 times x is 8/5 x, plus 8/5 times 5 over 1. Well, 8 times 5 is 40. 5 times 1 is 5. So we get y plus 1, which is equal to 8/5 x plus 40 divided by 5 is 8. Now in order to put this in slope-intercept form, we need to solve for y, so we need to subtract 1 to both sides. And therefore y is going to equal 8/5 x plus 7, and that is your slope-intercept form. So y equals 8/5 x plus 7. So y equals 8/5 x plus 7. And there is your result.